Welcome to The Right Companion, episode number 60. That's 9 away from Davi's favourite episode.
What can we do for number 69, dude? Holy shit, let's get planning. We gotta have a big one for 69.
Rich is quite the bro. I feel like we could have you back for 69.
Yeah, he's
Everyone,
got the
welcome
hat
to the
on.
stage, Richard Payne.
Always keen for that 69, you know it, bud.
69, dude, I didn't think about it. It's coming up. Alright, I'll get planning for that. We'll get some like crazy good guest on, like Carmen Electra or that's all I've got. Some
Carmen Electra.
Some porn star, I don't know. We'll find
Set
something.
the bar pretty high there, mate, as well.
Okay,
true.
right, let's just take a second. We're less than a minute in. Hopefully we've got some of the GMBN audience have come across to see what Richard's got to say, and we've hit him straight with the 69 gags, Carmen Electra. So let's just bring it down a notch. Let's just level things off and welcome Rich to the show for our 60th birthday.
Cheers, guys. Oh, thank you.
It's lovely to have you back on here, man. It's lovely to have you back on here. Yeah, it's been a minute. It has been a while. We've not spoken that much either recently, have we?
No, I have actually been sort of doing my best to ignore you.
That's fair. Same to be honest.
I haven't, mate. No, it's mental, isn't it? Life is just a hectic time. What can I say? It's busy.
It is, dude.
It's not intentional.
Nah.
Olly on the other hand, I seen him last week, so.
Saw you in Canada, which is exactly where you've been, isn't it?
Yeah.
What were you over there actually for, other than obviously shooting relentless videos? But you went over earlier than I did, and you were there for the EWS, right?
Yeah, so I went, me, Blake, Martin, and a couple of our camera guys, we went over before EWS to do some filming. I raced the EWS, and then we stayed on for the bit in between in Crankworks just to do our general filming content and whatnot. Yeah, good 13 days, 13 days of like that time it breaks you. It's hard work. You know it.
Yeah. 13 days, mate. Dude, who'd have ever thought that all those years ago when you were travelling around in Bertha trying to make it happen, that one day someone else would pay for you to go and ride your bike in Worcester. That's the dream, isn't it? It's pretty cool, really.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I'm stoked for you, man. I'm stoked for you. Yeah. It all started.
Yeah,
it didn't all start here, but it definitely helped and hopefully gave you a platform, that's for sure.
It did, didn't it? It did. And who'd have thought I'd be actually wishing to go home by the end of it as well, because I was shattered.
Really?
I bet. How many videos you put out, you reckon?
500.
Between all of us, we did 28 videos.
There you go.
13 days.
Is that normal? Is for a 13-day, like a 2-week period? Is it?
Yeah, we call it like a sunshine shoot, where it's basically like we do a ton of scripts and we go there with a big old plan of attack. And we just hammer out the videos and make the most of like these cool locations that we go to, because it's not somewhere you just pop to all the time. So you're like, right, we're in this place, we're gonna do these videos which kind of suit this area. Like we went to Squamish and stuff like that, and rode some crazy mental off-piste trails, and then we got some, Crankworks related videos, some EWS related videos, and you just hammer it out. That's just how it works, just to make the most of the time you're there.
Okay. Are you involved in the writing of it? So do you all have to sit down together and write them? Yeah,
we all write our own scripts. So we'll come up, we have ideas meetings, and then we all write our own scripts, go through it, what scripts will work best in what places and stuff like that, and then come up with a plan of attack.
Wow.
Right.
Do you think, have you got like way better at that stuff then? Obviously, I remember, so let's just rewind a little bit. So we've done the EWS series, EWS or Bust.
Yep.
Obviously, people will hopefully know about that, which we've done. You then, I remember that phone call, I was driving along, you hit me up, you said, you'll never guess what I'm going to be doing. And I was like, I don't know. Oh, I've got the job at GMBN. It's like really cool. And then you came to Sheffield and we recorded that episode in the old studio.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Remember?
Then,
went out for some food and stuff.
Yeah, that was
we've done that.
2020.
I think, it must have been. Yeah, you'd not been there long though, had you? Only been there a few months at that point, I think.
At best, yeah. Yeah, so since then, like, mate, I looked back at a few old videos the other day, like some of my early ones, and I think my first ever one, I shot it with the Don, and I was like a sort of scared mannequin robot presenting like that. Hi everybody, GMBN, welcome. And
it's new though, man.
Yeah, it does. It's bound to happen, isn't it? Because it's very different to EWS or Bust when we used to do that, and I was, me and Amy doing it, and we were just basically doing it with GoPros and the phone, and it was just me and her dicking about. And then now this is very scripted and quite structured. There's still a lot of freedom. Like, we write our own scripts and come up with our ideas and how we want to film them. And we talk to the camera guys, and they say, "That's a stupid idea, Rich. That's a good idea, Rich." And then, from there it gets made into what people watch. But yeah, so my scripting has got way better. I mean, we're not talking Shakespeare here, guys, I'll be honest.
Well, no, wouldn't have thought so.
What do you think changed presenting-wise? What, if you're saying that you felt like you were, when you look back, you were stiff as anything or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think changed? How did you become how you are today on camera, would you say? What is the key?
Confidence in yourself and your abilities, just banging it out there. So obviously people are tuned, like, for a start, you got chosen for the job because obviously they like you and they trust you and think you're good at what you do. So that you have to remember that, and then you have to remember that people are watching your videos because they want to watch you. I hope they want to watch me anyway. So you're like, well, people are actually here to watch and do not do what I say, but like hear what I have to say. So you're like, well, that's pretty cool. So you're like, okay, well,
yeah, it's a good way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah.
I'm way more negative. My way of looking at it is I don't care, which is it is kind of,
that's a good
kind
way.
of reached the same point, but I actually think your way is a way more positive way of thinking of it. Because
when you say you don't care, what do you mean? Like how you mean you just don't care how it comes across? You just do you, and that's it.
It's that. I tell you what, I feel exactly the same as Rich, and I look back at old videos and I think, fuck, you were scared, man. You were scared. You were scared child at that point, and you weren't confident in yourself at all.
You're winging it.
Yeah, you're winging it, and you were worried about what everyone thought. So it is exactly the same thing. When I say I don't care, I mean, like, obviously, fuck.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's like there's less repercussion. So you're like, well, if it does go badly, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You mean it like that? Whereas, I don't say at GMBN, you can't just keep making terrible videos, like, because there'll be repercussions. You gotta make good quality stuff. Whereas you're governed by, for the best part, yourself, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not I don't care. That's what I think in my head, that I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's that I'm confident that I'm not awful. So
yeah.
Then if
you can almost like let go and just let your
it is like
personality and come through. Yeah. To be honest, same thing with me. Starting this, and I would never listen back to any of the first ones, but you're sort of super sort of like not nervous, but sort of aware that people are going to listen, and you try and be something that you're not, and then it comes across as fake, and then you look at it and you're like, that's not even me. I'm just pretending to play this character of this sort of guy that's someone that I'm not, and then you just become more confident and just go, you know what? Like you say, Rich, people are tuning in anyway. So if I just be me, then you kind of can't hide from that, if that makes sense. You can't, and people always say, like, especially with podcasts, is you can't fake it for 3 hours at a time, or 2 hours, or
3
once
hours.
a week.
This is.
He's got to go in 10 minutes.
Oh God! Ding! Chicken tonight's ready. It's but you can't. So you have to just let go of it and just be like, well, it is what it is. Yeah, you're going to say something stupid, or something's going to come across the wrong way. But when you're putting out that much content, there's going to be flaws in it, right? And people will hopefully just come along on that journey with you. And I think it's the same with what you do. I guess you've got the added bonus in a way, Rich, if you can go, you know what, edit that bit out or whatever. Whereas you can't really do that with the podcast. You just
that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is that obviously when me and the missus did do EWS or bus and stuff, it's like I don't feel any pressure from Amy at all. She's just filming or whatever, and we're messing around having fun with it. Whereas now you've got a script, which my short-term memory is abysmal. So trying to remember a script is very hard. You've got one, possibly two cameramen there. You might be presenting with like someone else. So like when I started, the Don's super legit and pro, and he's got a real good memory. So he'd be like doing his lines, and I'd be like, fuck, I can't remember. You do that again, and you're like, shit, I don't want to, so there's just that early jitters of getting it right, and then you just get used to being around like everyone, and just you all get used to each other and chilled. Tell you the most nerve-wracking thing, Martin Ashton, legend, obviously, first day of work, come in. All right, guys, did you? I go sit down at my little desk bit where I'm sitting, and I'm sandwiched between the Don on one side, which is fine because I knew the Don, and I've got Martin. Like Martin just wheels in and just pulls up next to me, and goes, "All right, you're Rich, the new guy." I was like,
Dude, yeah.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, it's Martin Ashton." Yeah.
Do you know what's awful? Do you know what I've realised is awful? Just you saying that is that if you're with, I find if I'm with someone else, it can like stifle me. I can be like,
Yeah.
If providing they are more confident than I, if they're shitting themselves more, it's almost like you've got like fucking superpowers on camera. So you'll get. But how horrible is that psychologically? That if the person is more scared than you, then you're like.
Sucker.
Right? Yeah. And then as soon as it's like, because I noticed it, I did that series with Warner, and as soon as I was there with Warner, it's the first time I've been on camera with Warner, and I was like, fuck me, I don't know how I'm even going to get a word in edgeways here. I'm not like exactly quiet myself, but this is ridiculous. This is like, how do you even do this? Yeah. Yeah, so that's quite funny actually that you say that, because it is exactly that, isn't it? You've got like two pros next to you, and I can imagine that's really daunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, even doing the Freedom Ride film, I have that a little bit with you all, because like you're good at it, right? You are. You've done way more of that stuff than I have. Like, you know, being on camera and having the cameras looking at you and going go and stop and that, and I'm just like a deer in the headlights a little bit. You're like, right, really? Just ignore that they're there and just carry on as normal, really. Yeah. But you are obviously mindful that there's people there filming you, and you're like, where do I look? Do I look there? Do I look at camera? Do I look up there?
You hide it well.
Well, pretty good at that, apparently, this hiding stuff.
But that's, you know what, that's the thing though, isn't it? Like, once you just get used to all the people that you're working with, and you know each other's little quirks and how people do things, how they present and stuff like that, or you know their pluses and their bad bits that they're not quite, then you just bounce off each other like real easy. So that's why like the podcast now works so good. You guys have done so many together now that you just bounce off each other, and you know you can just have a good chat about almost anything, and it works really well. It's really natural. Whereas I'm sure if you brought a new person on, say all of a sudden, and you said, right, let's talk about this, and they're like, okay, what's he know about it? What does he know about it? You know, it can just be a bit awkward. So it's just, I think time. It's just time.
It's just time. Easier. It is time in it. Yeah, it's time, spending time together. It's like anything, isn't it? I was thinking then, I wonder if now young people, kids, and you know that generation are going to be just naturals on camera, because when we were coming up, only the people that got in front of a camera are on TV, whereas now everyone's got a smartphone, everyone's filming selfie shit. I bet they're all just absolute naturals at it.
Kids just want to be YouTubers, don't they?
Yeah.
That's like a job. They want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah. I mean, you can see why with some of the views and like some of the money that's been earned, especially some of the big ones.
With the camera thing, what's well weird is it always used to be that you meet someone, they're confident and bubbly in person, you put them on camera, they shit themselves. There is now an opposite effect because of the iPhone, where you meet people that you've seen on camera, that you're like, fuck me, this is like a really charismatic motherfucker, like, this is I can't wait to meet this person. You meet them and they're shit scared because they've got this portrayal of themselves on camera that isn't them, and then in real life you're like, oh well, not that it's a disappointment or anything, but it's just like it's so the opposite way around for me. I would feel like you'd be like mega confident, and then you go in front of a camera and you're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. Maybe
that is
maybe it isn't.
I think that's do you know what? I think that's what I always try to be, is just try to be as genuine and as myself as I can on camera, so that you're same on camera as you are in real life. And I think that probably goes for all three of us here, definitely. And I know most of the people I've ever worked with as well, is that they're the same person on camera as they are off camera.
You know, Luther Vandross and Janet Jackson said it best. They said the best things in life are free. They actually said, best things in life are free. And on that note, I'm going to reiterate that fact for you right now, folks, with a heavy offer from our friends at Laka. Did you know a bike is stolen every 6 minutes in Great Britain, with 54% of thefts being from the home? Laka have a solution for you to get your pride and joy covered and ensure that you are not another part of a statistic. Laka were previously voted best cycle insurance provider. They've actually been voted that for 4 years running. Laka also covers your bike from accidental damage and vandalism. They also cover helmets, clothing and kit, because that stuff is expensive, as we all know. Your bike can be covered at races and events. It's also covered for third-party loss. So if an airline loses your stuff, Laka has your back. They also have no contracts, so there's no contract tying you down. I know for me, that's one of the things that's held me back with insurance in the past, having to sign up a contract for the rest of your life, sign your house away, a kidney, I don't know. These insurance companies get wild. They also offer 0% excess, no depreciation, so whatever you insure your bike for is what you're going to get paid out. And the claims process is handled by cyclists, by bikers, which is really good because we're a good bunch of people and we know how it feels to have your pride and joy taken away from you. They're going to step in, they're going to get that claim sorted ASAP and get you back out on the trails, on the road, on the track, whatever it is you're pedaling at. We don't mind. Now all this sounds like one hell of a product, right? Well, we're about to make it even better. Laka are giving podcast listeners the companionship 30 days free insurance by using the code RIDECOMPANION30. To take advantage of this offer, just head to laka.co. There is a link in the show description already below if you need help. Laka.co, enter the code RIDECOMPANION30 and you're going to get 30 days free insurance, no strings attached, just how we like it. Thank you, Laka, and thank you, Companionship, for supporting our sponsors. They keep these lights on. Peace.
Yeah.
And that makes you way more relatable because you're just a normal person, really, at the end of the day.
And you can keep it up. And you can fucking keep it up. It's so hard to keep up if not, I think. It would be really hard.
Yeah. It's the same with dating, isn't it, really? If you think about it, you know, especially people who have these online personas. I mean, we've all been... I never really did the online dating thing. No. But I've certainly seen people and seen, you know, MTV, that Catfish show, where they're showing an image of someone that's not really them, you know what I mean? Especially, you know, it's like a lot of selfies and then pretending to be this like sporty athletic person, and then you meet them and they're like not sporty and athletic. Do you know what I mean? Not that that's not trying to be horrible to people, but like it's true, isn't it, that people have these online personas that are just not them, and that must be exhausting. It must be horrible to live like that. And like you say, when you actually meet people and you're just a totally separate, different person. Very strange. Yeah, and then you've got this weird like version of yourself that's being judged on likes and that, because it is weird. All of it is weird. So you're getting judged on likes and that, and it's not even you, and you're aware that it's like a really extreme version of you. You know?
But you just keep going deeper down the rabbit hole, don't you?
Yeah.
That stuff, like, and then you're at a point past a point of no return.
Yeah. Totally.
Like,
I think what it's made people forget is that it's absolutely fine, and I mean this with all my heart, it's absolutely fine just to be you. You're great as you are. It doesn't matter. And like all of this shit that we talk about all the time, social media and YouTube, and I'm part of it in that. But ultimately, it's absolutely fine to just wake up late, go outside, go back inside, don't feel like it, have a shit, watch a film. It's all of it's fine. It is okay to just be you, and you're great as you are. I don't know. That sounds really lame.
No, but it's true, mate. It's so true, because everyone's connected into this virtual world, aren't they? Where, like you say, you scroll through your thing and it's like, this guy's up at 4 a.m, this guy's doing burpees in the garden in the rain, and you're just sat there in bed like, I'm a loser. You know, you're not a loser. Stop doing that, Rich. Stop posting that stuff. I'm trying to keep up.
God, he's off riding for miles again.
Yes. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Some of it's inspirational, but some of it you can't take. You know, you can't think about it too deeply, can you? Just got to, like you say, Ollie, you got to just be yourself, and
it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yeah.
That's what I think is very hard for a lot of people these days to distinguish between the real world and the fake online world and stuff like that. And it's really just have to say fuck them. Don't really care what they're up to. that's they're doing their thing, so I'm content doing my own thing.
Yeah, just like fuck them. I don't care what you're up to, but like and subscribe.
Dickhead. Seriously, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Oh dear. So how was the racing?
You still got to get the numbers up. Come on, you
still got to
get those views.
Brother got to eat. Brother got to eat.
Yeah, too right.
Yeah. After you, Ols.
How was the racing? I wanted to ask because basically Whistler is divided up. I've only been twice now, but Creekside was that sort of side of the hill I was really into. It had a few tracks on it that I really enjoyed, and I lapped. And I think that was where the racing was for the EWS. Is that correct? Or a lot of it?
Sort of. It was some on Creekside, yeah. Or it would go down towards sort of the Creekside way. But Creekside was technically closed.
Yes.
Because they're doing, aren't they? Yeah, they're doing loads of building work and development there. So Creekside itself was closed. If you rode, you could still ride down to there, but you couldn't get a lift back up to.
Yeah. So where were all the stages then? What was it this year?
You had a couple stages, Whistler Village side. One came down into Whistler itself, and then two were sort of above Creekside, if you like.
Yes, okay.
Stayed above it. Ride Don't Slide, yeah. No Joke was another one. Yeah, but then from there you would do like, I'm going to try and do it on. So if you're here, you come down these two, Ride Don't Slide, No Joke, and a few others. They had more names because there's more. But then Creekside would be down here, but you'd be like back up over to Whistler.
Okay, got you. So you hover above Creekside to our audio listeners.
It, yeah.
Right. Yes. Rich was doing that with his fingers.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, I'm on a video call. Jesus.
No, it's good we have audio and visual. Don't panic. Your map was not wasted. Okay, got you. So it really varied. It was loads of different kind of riding, was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we rode this brand new track called 1199, which is sort of the Stevie Smith tribute track, if you like, which is good. Brand new track. Hadn't been ridden properly other than a bit of testing to make sure it worked. So you had that from like crazy, and that had some of the biggest features. Oh no, the biggest feature ever in an EWS race. This massive road gap thing, huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Look it up on like the highlights video or Instagram and stuff. It's supposedly, I think it was 20 foot up and 35 foot out. 25 foot up, 35 out. It's a big old
Did you
gap.
blind it? Did you want one banger?
No, I took two run ups and then cleared it. No, I was just practicing on my own, man.
You've got to go on the third, haven't you? You've got to go on the third.
Yeah, because you committed then, didn't you?
Job's fucked. Yeah, you're one of those scared. You're one of those guys standing at the top with trembling knees. You might as well call the ambulance in now. The collarbone's going. If you go over 3.
Yeah. So I did after that big gap. There was this huge step up. So I step up, and I'm at the side waiting for the cameraman. Like, yeah, I did it. Oh, stoked. And then this guy comes and he sends this big step up. And he doesn't even 50-50. He just into the back of the landing and snaps his Achilles.
Oh no, man!
His ankle goes like that. Hang on,
I
did like that. His ankle goes for all. Basically, I'm making my wrist do funny things, and he just goes snap. And he's like, no, I'm fucked. Can't move. And he's screaming and making all sorts of noises. And you're like,
because it retreats up your leg, doesn't it?
Because it's just a real tight elastic band. So
it's like elastic band.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Go fish that thing out from up there.
Oh,
nasty.
Can you imagine, like, basically pulling an elastic band together and then sewing it up?
Yeah, crazy, eh? I mean, bizarrely, it heals itself, doesn't it? It creeps back down. Just the thought.
Does it? Like the tension goes off it or something?
You can, even with a complete snap, I believe, you can just leave it. There's like 2 trains of thought. Either you do surgery and you pin it like that together again, or you wait for it to just tangle its way back together. Bloody creepy, isn't it? The body, what an amazing thing.
If there's anyone who's going to know about ankles and stuff and the feet, then it's you, isn't it?
Well, Rach, of course, did her Achilles, didn't she? And here we are later on. She's now got back to Ratboy did his Achilles tendon.
Didn't he do that?
That overjump.
Snap his ankle. You know that World Cup? Was it the World Cup where he just overjumped and
he was going to win World Champs, wasn't he? Yeah.
Snap. either Achilles or like an obliterated ankle, but he did something pretty bad down there.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was Achilles. I think injuries like that are a real stinger, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. You're
run.
out for a while. But I thought the race was good. Like, it was big stages, big mountain, long liaisons. It was nice to be back. Like, so this is my first one back since 2019, Zermatt.
I was just going to ask when you last raced in EWS.
Yeah, 2019 Zermatt. So this was the first one back since then. And we chose this one because it was like the biggest, most badass one to do of the whole season. It's like, if you're going to do one, you do like the big one. So we chose this one. And it lived up to its reputation.
Can anyone enter that?
No. You can. Anyone can enter the 100 or the 80. I'm not sure if there was an 80 though, which is the 80 is 80% of the course. The 100 is 100% of the course, but they remove some of the restrictions of like what the main EWS is and stuff. So I think some of the time penalties, and I think like the big gap in that 11.99 stage, which was the pro stage, which you do on the Saturday, and the final stage of Sunday, they remove it. So it's mandatory to ride around because you could, on the run-up, snake around the landings and pedal on it. So just to make it a bit safer, I guess.
So which one did you do? You did the
main race. I actually raced, because I was quite a late entry, I raced in Masters, but really I was just looking at my time in comparison to the top 100 as I always used to. So, but yeah, I was actually age, because I'm old now, aren't I? So I was in age category, 35 plus.
We all are, mate. We're all getting older. Time ain't slowing down for these boys, is it? Just three cutie pies getting older by the minute.
What bike were you on, Rich?
An Orbea Rallon. So it's like a 160 mil.
So how much travel is that? 170, 160?
Yeah. 29er. Okay. Yeah. Big bike, carbon.
Okay, cool.
All the bells and whistles on it, sort of thing. Yeah, literally couldn't ask for like a more tricked out bike. That's the one I chose. I actually chose it mainly because it's got storage in the frame, and it meant I hate carrying a backpack. I just don't do it, and I hate having loads of stuff in my pocket. So I was like, winner, just jam things left, right, and centre in there. See, I like that. that was its main.
Well, Rich,
it was that. Yeah, it was that.
The biggest question I've got, mate.
Go on.
Sorry, the biggest question I've got for you, Rich. It's been 2019 since you've done one. You're back racing US. Are you any better at this stuff yet, or not? Or like,
I'm gonna
how
say
did
yes.
you do?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
So when I raced last time, I came 90th 4 years ago, and I came 90th in the 100 in like the overall again. But my theory is that the field has only got faster in that time. So to maintain the same spot,
so you've done EWS. So you've done Whistler before.
Yeah. I'd done it 4 years ago in 18.
You've done
Yeah, and I came 90th, and I would have come 90th overall again this time. So like I said, my theory is that the sport progresses, and so does everyone else. So to maintain the same position, you also have to go faster. Or silence.
Yeah,
there you go. Like inflation is your argument. Is sort of like inflationary.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's good. That's good, Rich. I'm proud of you. I'd love to go back and listen to that episode. I might try and dig it out and see what you said about it then.
Yeah,
if we did one. I don't know if we will have. We probably did.
We must. There's a video. Go back and watch EWS of West Canada. It's there. I watched it. It was pretty cool.
Okay. All right. We'll find it.
I remember. So the first time I went out, first time I went out, I was like, I found like a random person in Australia to share a hotel room with to split the cost, and I was like,
I remember it.
Exactly. And I was like eating a slice of pizza or something because to go out for dinner was too like really expensive, and you know what it's like. Oh, like it can be pretty spenny over there. So and then this time I'm like,
woo.
We're on that discovery check, boy.
Oh, it's not quite that, but it's like
we eating.
It's like a massive worry is out of your mind with that financially. So it's crazy how much a difference it makes. Yeah, it's cool.
It's out of control, isn't it? Out there, it's insane. I think it's bad because it's like you usually, being from England, you usually travel somewhere. I really notice it in Canada and in Norway. Normally you travel somewhere and your money's pretty good. You're like, oh, decent. Yeah, Mars bar's only this much. and then you go Canada, and it's like it's unbelievable how much more. It's actually probably only Whistler though, isn't it? Because it's just like it's just a tourism.
It's a little
trap,
bubble.
So I guess.
I would also add Switzerland to that list when we did race in Zurich.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I did. Literally the least privative friendly venue you could think of. A high alpine Swiss mountain resort that you can't even get to by car. So, it was
that's so ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, that's great. Olly was always saying on the last week's episode that he tried to get an hotel, didn't you? You were looking at hotels and it was $3,000 for 2 nights in the one that they were staying at.
Yeah. No. I did a very cringe-worthy move. Did I talk about the cringe-worthy move, Davey, on last week's episode? I don't think I did.
I don't know.
Me and Deeks found a pod hotel. This pod hotel is already the cheapest accommodation in Whistler, right? It's right in the centre of town. It's a good option. It's got bike hang. It's called Pangea Pod.
I saw you tagging it. I saw you tagging them.
Well, there we have it. I did.
Okay.
I did the thing where you're at I checked my fucking blind spot. I was about to pay. I checked my blind spot and I was like, "Hey, listen, do you guys ever collaborate with influencers?"
Oh, I can see where this is going.
I did it.
Use it.
I did it. My toes curled back into the bottom, the sole of my feet. I could feel my nails dig in, blood dripping down my sole. And she's like, "Yeah, sure. We have done in the past. Can you give me your social media account?" So I gave her my social media account, and she's like, "Okay." And she went to the back room, and I could hear, and I was pretending not to hear. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fucking big-time influencer that does
really
fucking collabs with pod hotels. You know what I mean? And then she got me to write an email with Deeks' number, and she's like, "I'm sure we can sort something out. And I went outside, and I was like, oh, I felt so dirty and horrible. And then we got an email, and she hooked us up with So she actually discounted the already cheapest place in Whistler. She discounted it way further. She must have just thought, what on earth are these two? Like, we both stayed. It's like a queen size bed. It's not very big, and it's in a pod.
Really? Oh, you both stayed in it?
Oh yeah. And the funniest thing is when we got in it. It already smelt of fart when we got in it. So we had a discounted fart stench pod, and it was a girl underneath, and you knew it was a girl fart as well when he got in, and it made it all the funnier. I couldn't breathe, dude. It was too funny. We're just in this discounted pod.
So what? How does it work? What is it? So is it like a room or a small room, or is it? I don't understand what a pod would be like.
Big room. It's like MDF. It's like OSB. You know, like or plywood. Yeah. Plywood bloody pods, all queen size. You can't stand up in it. You have to go up a little ladder, and you get in just a pod. It's like your head when you lie down. You're probably
like they have on boats, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably like that far.
Like
your
a tour
head
bus.
Is from the. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you've got someone underneath you. You're sharing with a load of people. If you were going over there travelling, if you were of a certain age, it's brilliant because you have like communal living area with a bar, and there's loads of stuff going on, and then there's showers, and you could bump into.
You're 35.
I know. Actually 36, and I'm with my 36-year-old Marine friend in a pod, laughing at the fart smell. But it was fucking funny actually. So I was there I was just trying to be friendly. Like, you have to be very quiet when you're in the pod. So there's this weird quiet fart vibe. You know, you're in this room. It smells faintly of other people's farts.
Everyone's just sneaking them out of the left cheek.
Everyone's sneaking around, and they're going to quietly brushing their teeth and quietly going in the shower, the communal showers. And there was a old couple underneath, but to the right of us. And a lady was sat down there, and she was a French-Canadian person, that lady. And I said, "Hello, how are you?" And she said, "This is unacceptable." Oh, what? Oh, really? Sorry to hear it. I thought it was quite cool. It's a bit different, isn't it? Pods, you know, smells like farts, good laugh. And she's like, this is Canada. Canada, we have room. There is no point to this. When I bought it, it was explained to me as a room. She was clearly really well off, and she bought this pod for 2 nights, and she ended up she probably smelt a bit of fart and wasn't up for it. And she was old, you know, dude. She was crawling into this bloody Badgers set with her husband.
Badgers.
You know what I mean? It's what it's like. It is. There's no room for your bags or anything. You have to put your shoes by your bike in the garage. It's like, that was good. I enjoyed it.
She didn't
Always
read
up
the
for that stuff.
really.
That's not exactly all the big print. Yeah, she didn't read anything.
That's different, dude. Why not? Why not, mate? Why not? Yeah,
Maybe
I bet it
up
kills
for
at
it.
that place as well. I bet it's the cheapest, but it's making the most amount of wedge at the end of the season. That place,
Yeah, for sure.
killing it.
It was good though. It was good. And being
Wonder if anyone's ever banged in there. There must have been.
I mean, for 100%, yeah. Even
100%,
whilst,
yeah.
but everything you do is all very quiet, so you'd just be quietly banging. You'd probably be doing this noise. This would probably be all you hear.
And then quietly sauntering down the ladder to the bathroom. Yeah.
And then
mate.
and then like this. But that wouldn't be anything to do with the sex. That would just be a constant. That's like a
That would be the
constant
other-
sound that happens the whole
That'd be
night.
the person on the other pod's fart.
The most off-putting thing. You get whiplash though because the ceiling's so low. You would. It'd be awful.
Oh man, that's class. That's funny.
Yeah. So that's my
That's
influencer
funny.
experience. I don't know if you've ever done any of those, Rich. Have you ever pulled out the GMBN card?
No,
Sometimes
mate, no,
GMBN
no,
is
I
a larger
haven't.
online-based channel. No.
I have not pulled out the please can I blag a pod GMBN card. But
No, don't
You
do
know,
it.
needs
It
must.
made me feel bad, but exactly, beggars can't be
I tell you,
choosers. What can you do?
So on like the other end of the spectrum, on our travel out, we got upgraded to business flying out. We were like, wow, yes!
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
You tell them that you work for Discovery. You're like, yeah, I work for Discovery Channel, so we're just waiting for
that's
David
it.
Attenborough's joining us.
Honestly, so we were booked in. I know our flights were booked in, and it was fully booked. And the only place to move us was an upgrade up into business. All three of us traveling out. We even had a freelancer who got upgraded as well. He must have been like, "This is the best people to work for in the world." Couldn't believe it. And then
Best thing ever.
me and Jack, like who were sitting next to each other, our camera guy with the barrier going up. We were like, "Another cocktail? Go on then. Why not?" My lady, cocktail, please.
Nice, dude. Come a long way, man. Come a long way
Yeah,
from
I
travelling
mean,
around in a van. That's for sure, dude.
It was lucky. It was luck that one, but like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah.
I wonder if you get the points. I'm all about points at the minute. I'm trying to get back in the league, the flight points league.
Avios and all that.
What you mean? If
Yeah.
you get more, if
Yeah.
you've like been
Yeah,
upgraded.
if Rich gets the Avios points of a business flight, or whether it just goes off your booking. You do. Oh, dude, the fireable.
Dude,
That is
nice.
good going. Life is good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, they just.
Fantastic,
So actually, this is
though.
an interesting thing. Actually, so the flights are, but we don't have like a company air mile account or anything like that. Not that I know of, anyway. So I claim the air miles back because, well, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my missus, she works for the States of Jersey, and she flies around a bit here and there. And she flew there, and she's physically not allowed to collect them because she's not allowed to be seen as having like taken a gift, essentially. So they just go to waste. They go nowhere. Yeah.
No
Difference
way.
between
No
private
way.
and public sector there.
Can you hoover those ones up as well or not?
No, sadly, it's not in my name.
Richard Points Hoover. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to collect those air miles. Oh, they're well worth it. I
So,
think-
Rich,
Yeah. Oh, we got a delay.
sorry. There is a slight delay. Apologies. It's annoying when this happens. We've had it before. It might straighten itself out shortly. But it's slightly personal. But are you back with Amy?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's going really good. Yeah, we went through a rough patch, but it's all good.
All right, okay. We'll just end it there. I was just curious when you said Jersey and Amy, and I was like, and I'd seen you posted photos with her, and I'm like, I'm sure that's the same, mate. I'm sure that's the same girl that you were with before. So, oh, mate, wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's well good. She says hello, by the way.
Oh, tell her hello back. That's amazing.
I know.
Dude.
She's actually, so me and her are off down. She's going to come help with a video. Oh, maybe by the time this goes out. So basically, next crazy challenge GMBN have got me trying to do. I can't say too much, but we're off down to Finale where they're in partnership with Garmin trying to kill me again by riding miles.
Alright, folks, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We only talk about products and brands that we really believe in on this podcast. And let me tell you, this brand and these products have become like a heartbeat to me. I cannot live without them. Of course, I am talking about Compex. Now, I've been using this, which is the Fix 2.0 massage gun for a while now. It has got an ergonomic design. A rotating head helps reach the toughest areas. It's got a quiet operational motor. Speed adjustment on the back. It lights up beautifully so you can see it. It's got a battery life indicator around the edge as well. And it has 5 interchangeable tips. Of course, here they are. Some of my favourites. So yeah, I've been using this one recently though, which is the sort of like the pointy triangle thing, I'll call it. It gets right in there, especially like on the neck. Little pro tip, I don't know if this is something you should do. I've been using it on my face. It feels incredible. Like you hold it quite far away on a super high speed and you just let that thing hit and just release all that tension from around your jaw, around your eyes. Obviously, as you know, you carry a lot of tension in your face. So I've been using it, finding it super helpful. I'm currently training for a marathon. I'm trying to keep riding, trying to keep doing CrossFit workouts. So yeah, I'm using this thing religiously at the moment. And I couldn't be more proud to talk about Compex. I also just went onto the website to have a look at some of the features of the Fix 2.0 and noticed that they have a promo section, which is worth a little browse. They actually do a Fix Mini, which is like this, to be honest with you, but it's a little bit smaller, which is normally £170, but they're doing it at $99.99 at the moment. They got a back pain pack on there. They've got knee wraps for pain relief. They've got back wraps for pain relief. They got a core pack for ab and lumbar stimulation. If you want to get those Peter Andre abs, then you got to check that thing out. God, there's so much stuff on here again in that promo section. They got an elbow compression support. Dude, there's so much stuff on there. But anyway, of course, if you want to support the podcast and try some of the best recovery tools in the game, head to compex.com. If you enter the code THERIDECOMPANION, all in capitals, that's also going to knock you 20% off everything on the store. Unfortunately, it's only available to UK listeners or visitors on the UK site. We are going to work on that a little bit in the future, but at the moment it's just for the UK fam. And that's it, and that's that, folks. Check out Compex again. I couldn't live without this stuff. It's a game changer. Recovery is important. A little tangent here. It's something I've been thinking about a lot more recently, especially with all the running that I've been doing and also trying to keep riding. You've got to recover good, especially when you've done something hard, high output, because the next day you're going to be sore. So if you can alleviate that soreness, it means the next day you don't have to just sit around feeling sorry for yourself. You can just keep doing fun stuff. And that is the dream, really, isn't it, folks? That's what we're all waiting for and working for. We just want to do fun stuff and feel healthy. So yeah, compex.com. Check out the range of products. Enter the promo code The Ride Companion. It's going to get you 20% off. You're also going to be supporting the podcast. And that's it, and that's that. Thank you, Compex.
But there's a twist to it. But it's like such a mental challenge that we're both going down. She's going to come help essentially to try and make sure I don't go boggly-eyed and keel over and die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Wild times.
Do you like that? Like, what aspect of your job, now you've got this new job and you sort of settled in a little bit more now, you've got like certain elements of it, right? A bit like maybe the presenting, some of the more laborious YouTubing videos. Is that fair to say sometimes? But also then you do these epic challenges. So what element of it do you like the most? What do you look forward to? I
like to be challenged. So either creatively or physically, like when these like races or big long endurance stuff. Because I never did endurance stuff before the job. That wasn't really my scene. But
No.
I've raced forever, so it's nice to have a challenge in a different way. So when they go, right, Rich, we want to see how far you can go in 24 hours. You're like, well, I've never even rid more than 4 hours. So that's like a challenge in itself. Or to go, like I've ridden across Wales in both directions. I've ridden across the UK, like coast to coast, and like the West Highland Way, and all these other cool things. So they get to like actually see the country as well. So that's like nice. And then even like those are like challenge feature type videos. So then like simpler videos that we do. So it could just be a how-to or an explainer about something, but trying to make it as interesting and engaging as possible is like quite fun to do as well, because a video about a tire explaining video, say, would not be everyone's cup of tea, because a lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't. So you try and make that engaging for all to watch.
Okay. What do you look for creatively? Like, is there any channels that you follow, any people you follow, or anything like that where you draw inspiration from?
No. Do you know what? No.
That was a real question.
Yeah, it was a legit question, and genuinely, no. I actually don't watch a massive amount of YouTube, but it'll just be taking inspiration from, and that's because I spend a lot of my time to do with the channel on YouTube. Obviously, that I then don't come home. I like to be outside, so I'll come home and go for a ride or be on a podcast.
Yeah.
But I'll actually go out and ride my bike or something, or be outside. But just from stuff I watch or things I think about, so even like watching moto or being out, I'd be like, oh man, this is so annoying. Why does it do this? And you're like, that's a great question or a great idea there. And interpret it in that sense, rather than just watching more online stuff and taking inspiration from that, really. It's actually, I try and take it more from real life.
I think what you say about taking a mundane thing and working out how to make it engaging and interesting, I'm fully with you on that. I think that is almost the key, isn't it? That's like the championship minutes. It's like that's when you're actually good at something, when you can take a tubeless sealant video and actually make it exciting. If you can do your best to, anyway, the challenge itself is what in the challenge is what lies the kind of satisfaction, I feel like. And then I don't know, it makes you more creative, I think. Right, if everything was fucking easy, if every day was you going to Whistler, it wouldn't be
shooting fish in a barrel. That
business class, exactly,
claiming miles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you're right. And do you know, in all honesty, it's not. Videos like that are hard to do sometimes yourself, because you're like, well, we'll take the it's how to change your tire and put sealant in it and stuff like that. Sometimes you think, well, you just change your tire, chuck a load of sealant and pop the tire back on and blow it up. Duh. But actually, a lot of people are beginners, and the channel gets so many new subscribers all the time that loads of those people won't know. So you have to think, well, you take a step back in a way and go, all right, well, not everyone knows everything. We're not all experienced mountain bikers that have been doing it for years. So let's try and make it fun and informative. And so that in itself is actually a challenge for you, the presenter, as much as it is to portray for the viewers.
Yeah, it's interesting, that stuff, isn't it? Because you do expect that everyone's seen stuff as well. Like, you think, I put a video out so everyone's seen it, but then no, not everyone's seen it. People are new to the channel, like you say. So you can refresh some of that stuff, like some of the more I said boring, but you know what I mean? Like a tubeless video is a prime example, isn't it? Like, you've done it. It's probably done it 10 times, but you can keep doing it for new audiences and trying to put a new spin on it or new products and stuff like that. So
you hit the nail on it. I mean, obviously, we all know that on GMBN we have remade videos. There's no secret there. There's no point saying every video is a fresh, new idea video, because that's just bollocks, isn't it? Of course, we've remade videos. You have to, and that is. People will go, oh, they've made this 5 times. And you're like, well, yes, you probably have seen it if you've been with us from the beginning. And we thank you for watching from the beginning. That's awesome. That's sick. But so many people haven't been with us for a very long time at all. So many people are new to the channel. So that content is for the newer viewers and stuff. So when people go, "Oh, you remade it" or whatever, well, there is a legit reason for it. It's not just because.
Yeah. Also, you can't criticise it if you've ever looked up how to fit a water pump on your car. You know what I mean? Like, just because it's bikes and doesn't mean that everyone does. And ultimately, you're out there providing like a service and a directory, aren't you? And like, I fucking use YouTube.
It's the Haynes manual. It's the new Haynes manual.
Yeah,
just for really mundane
for
things.
Life.
Exactly. Yeah, like what to do when my boiler pressure goes too high. I don't know what to do. Why would I know what to do? I go on YouTube. It's the first thing I do. Type in my boiler number and find out what to do. And like that is all that people are doing. They're just like.
I always think it's fascinating too when you do something like that. The boiler's a good example because I did the same thing. Our boiler lost pressure years ago, and I'm looking it up. And you see a video that tells you, and you're like, it's got 8 million views. 8 million views.
Right? And you're like, how?
You're like,
how
yes!
to bleed a radiator.
I'm not on my own.
What?
It's so
and
true.
It's like Billy Bob's Plumbing, and he's got like 3,000 fucking subscribers, but one video's got 10 million views. He's probably bought himself a Lamborghini off the back of it or something. It's like, bloody hell, love, this video is going well.
YouTube's mint. I literally showed people how to bleed a radiator and to open a filler loop, and now I've got a Lamborghini. Jesus, I'm not even going to do another video. There's no point.
Mate, that is what it is great for. Stuff like that, isn't it? It's perfect. Because it is true. I actually did it. I did it at the weekend for how to change the brake pads on my van.
There you go.
I was like,
exactly. Yeah.
I was like looking for like where something to do with the pistons on the brake, and I was like, oh, bingo, 3-minute video, perfect.
And you know what you clicked on? You clicked on the most recent one, and you clicked on the one with the most views. And it's like, that's all you're doing when you're remaking a video on Tubeless. You're trying to be the most recent. You're trying to be the one with the most views. It's like, it's not really more complicated than that. I'd never knock anyone for that, I might start doing it, going back to the places I've already been. Channel. Fuck it.
What, the Surrey Hills?
Yes, Davey. The answer is yes, I will be going back there, Why not? Why not?
Hey, I mean, Rich, it'd be rude not to ask you this. Some of it you might not be able to talk about if you know anything, but there's massive changes happening in downhill.
I guess waiting.
You're dude, we got to do this stuff. So you're kind of connected in a way. We've heard rumours that you're the new presenter for the UCI Downhill World Cup.
Gosh.
Is it true, or do you have any insights?
I can confirm I am not the new presenter for downhill, that's for sure. No, mate, I can't say much about the stuff I do know, and the stuff I do know is limited at best anyway. It's hard to explain, because that is such a monstrous machine with so many moving parts that, I am, as a presenter for GMBN, fairly far removed from that, I'll be honest. So I know a lot
of the things that everyone was.
Sorry, mate. Go on, Ol.
A lot of the things people were talking about were partly UCI changes, actually, weren't they? They weren't actually on the Discovery end as well. And I think at this point, anything creates uproar. It's like it must
people
be annoying,
fear change,
actually, even being connected to a company. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. People fear change. Yeah. So, like, in all honesty, the World Cup, the downhill and the XC is mint at the moment, isn't it? And like Red Bull are doing a pretty good job, I would say. Like, numbers are massive, the racing's amazing. But that's not to say there ain't room for improvement. But because people like it and they're happy with it, they're like, oh, someone else is going to do it.
Yeah.
Ah, oh my god, they'll do it shit. They'll do
There's a lot of passionate people involved in the sport. That's the thing as well, isn't there? And people, because it's quite a niche sport, people feel like it's, and rightly so in a way, it's theirs. It's like, this is my sport. Keep your hands off it and don't bring in all this, corporate money. I mean, you can't say Red Bull's not corporate. You know what I mean? Like you say, people are fearing change, and there's a lot of people that are heavily sort of thinking, this is my thing that none of my mates like, and I don't want it to change anymore.
Yeah.
In a way, we should be stoked that everyone cares so much.
Yeah, right. Like, everyone's really passionate about the sport, and I don't want to I need to think how to word it. Hold on.
It's so unfair, so on the spot.
Dude, as if that wasn't going to come
TMZ
up.
today. Dave is TMZ, honestly. He's bringing up fucking girlfriends, hot topics. Jeez.
Tomorrow's GMBN headline: Rich has left GMBN.
Yeah, innit? Yeah. Hey, so Rich, anyway, moving on. Are you pro-choice?
I don't know where to go with this. No,
Things have changed around here, dude. Things have changed around here.
Yeah, right.
we just hunt for clickbait titles and thumbnails now.
You know what? We're late night, Rich. Get used to it. You're in the fucking what's it called? Eurotrash. That's what we are.
Oh, do you remember Eurotrash? Unreal.
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah,
and vividly.
Oh yeah.
One of the first boobs I saw. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But with the downhill thing,
Jeez.
I think the problem is people do fear change. And I would say that because people don't know what the change is, they fear it even more. Because there's loads of rumours and speculation going around, and people are like, format changes and God knows, presenter changes and all sorts of shit. But they don't actually know what's real and what's not. Now, I don't say that maybe eventually the communication will be there and people will know. You got to give these guys a bit of time. It's a humongous thing to sort out. Humongous. So
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm mindful of with that, Rich, it's like, it is humongous and it is, whatever. But we are in August and it's, by this point, the thing that I'm mindful of, and again, people, like you say, will know stuff and they'll know a lot more, but I've spoken to a few people who run teams and stuff, but they don't even know. And yet you're going into this part of the season, well, the end of the year, where it's like sponsorship stuff and probably travel planning a little bit maybe, and it's getting kind of up to the wire a little bit for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you were sponsoring a team, you want to know, like, what am I going to get for my money? Are my riders even going to be there? Like, are they going to make that top 30 or whatever it is that they're going to show? I don't know.
I have no idea, buddy. I don't run a team, but you have to drop Baller a message on that one. But I just think
that's a good point. Actually, I was going to see.
Hold tight. Good things are coming. It is only going to be beneficial for the sport. I mean, have you seen the new calendars got released the other day? Have you seen that? It's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
I saw it. No.
There's a Fort William's not there, but Worlds is at Fort William, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And there's no EWS in the UK, in Great Britain, I believe.
Not to my knowledge, no. It starts out 2 in Tassie, then it travels to Europe, and then Whistler in America towards the end of the season. But you got cool things like triple header weekends now. You've got Enduro, downhill, and XC all on at the same time. And
that is
so
rad. That's mental.
How cool that's going to be. Like,
that is cool. Yeah, that is a big positive.
Yeah, the haters will always go, well, what about the people who do both sometimes? And you go, well, it's freaking impossible to please everybody. So come on, cut us a bit of slack.
Yeah.
Just a long weekend if you do both, innit? If you do all three, it's just just overtime, isn't it?
Well, then you're a machine. Yeah. So,
and they say there's no doping in mountain biking. Let's see how people pull through that.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, but it's just such a huge thing to organise. Logistically, planning, venue, everything. Just think how many moving parts there are to that, and then people are like, "Why haven't you told us absolutely everything now?" Well, just come on, give us a no, guys. Give us a no.
Watch this space. It's coming soon.
It's an idea for a video there, Rich. I'd love to see you do like an Icarus style video. Get juiced up and just
get juiced up.
Yeah, if you could do that on the channel.
It wouldn't be EWS or bust. It'd be EWS on drugs.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Imagine. Not bad. I'm not sure we can really promote that, I'll be honest, fellas.
Okay.
Old Rich would have.
Old Rich, yeah.
I hate it when people say that.
Yeah. Oh, God. You'd have done that before. Why don't you do it now?
So
I
true.
mean, I ain't even never done drugs. Paracetamol, does that count? I had some pretty
does.
strong painkillers a few times.
Yeah,
There you
it
go.
does count.
Opiates. That's our clickbait title. Rich Payne on opiates.
Just me looking
Rich
like
Payne confesses to taking opiates.
Full TMZ.
that 90th place. It was rigged, I tell you.
Yeah, he was on opiates. Cool.
And he's still got 90th. Christ.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Hey,
What was your highlight of Whistler then? Sorry, Ollie. There's a slight delay. Go for it.
No, you go. I think highlight from Whistler is a cracking question. Yeah, you asked.
Highlight
me
from
that,
Whistler
yeah.
then, Rich. 13 days. Unlucky for some. Lucky for you to be out there. Highlight.
Can I pick two?
Yeah.
So we did a day filming in Squamish. That was well good. One, because the tracks are amazing. Two, because there's hardly anyone there. And three, because it was like just nice and out of the way. So calm. Me and Blake just riding amazing trails with a cameraman. No crazy Whistler-ness. As much as I do love Whistler, it was just nice to have that break. So that was a real highlight. And the track was amazing. And actually, the weirdly, it was the next highlight. It was another ride that me and Blake did. And it was the morning of our flight, or the day of our flight. We weren't flying till about 7 in the evening. And we went for this early bird up at 6:30 type mega ride to the top of this mountain to ride a track called Lord of the Squirrels.
I heard about it.
Yeah, so but I really wanted to do it. Blake had done it, and we were like, gotcha. So we got up at 6:30, got all our kit ready the night before, and did this like 4.5 hour loop up to there. And like the crazy thing was though, so we were riding up, or beforehand, we were told that like a grizzly had been spotted in the area.
I heard that.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, well, that's a bit scary. But we're riding up 2.5 hours to get to the top, and we're in the cloud at the top because it was a bit of a stormy morning, and we couldn't see very far ahead of us and stuff like that. So we're riding along the track, very nearly there, and we get there, and there's this massive, fresh bear shit in the middle of the track, and we both looked at each, fresh as a daisy, like this thing's still steaming.
Steamer, yeah.
Yeah, and me and Blake looked at each other, and we were like, oh, okay then. Why? Right.
Shit. Did it have salmon in it?
Literally shit. No, it was not fresh flaked salmon.
I just think like all the other ones, they just eat berries, don't they? I imagine a grizzly eats something else like roadkill and salmon and
people.
Yeah. So you didn't come across anything.
Luckily not. No, but like so we were like, right, well let's not really hang around. Because they'll know you're there way sooner than you'll know about them. Like they'll smell you from miles away, sort of thing. So we just started like talking really loudly, making lots of noise so that it knew that we were around and stuff. And then we started the descent, and we're basically like going down the trail, singing to each other, having a really loud conversation, going, "Hey bear!" All this kind of stuff. Because you're supposed to be quite loud, I think, to make them sort of aware of your presence and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we got about halfway down it, fog lifting. We were like, pulled over and we're like, holy crap, dude, that was meant. We literally just could have ridden by a grizzly bear and you'd have never known. And we'd done this big ride, and it's just really, you're like, well, that doesn't happen around Cheddar Gorge.
We were no, it definitely doesn't. We were talking about the concept of bear spray. I mean, I think I'd prefer a gun, but bear spray, just the idea of being close enough to spray a bear. I guess it sprays quite far, but I'm imagining like Lynx Africa kind of spread. So you'd have to be really, like its face would have to be close enough. It must go quite far, mustn't it? I don't know.
You'd hope so. I've heard Lynx Africa's potent enough in itself.
The bears would be running after you. That's the problem.
That's right, dude.
Bloody
Trying to
female
fuck.
yeah, they would.
Oh no!
But I think bear spray is just like pepper spray. Surely it's just like, is it? I don't know.
So, yeah.
Should we find out what it is?
Just...
Yeah, please.
It's
And
similar.
also, like you say, Ollie, you want it to shoot out and really try and get a bit, not only some distance on it, but I'd like a heavy thing coming out of it. You know, like a fire hose, like that comes out. It's heavy, isn't it? It's sticky. You don't want just aerosol. Yeah. You don't want it to get lost in the wind. You want it to come out.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
exactly.
This is so after this encounter or almost encounter or it basically I then went into a spiraling black hole of abyss of YouTube shorts and videos of bear encounters what do you do if you see a bear? How big is a grizzly bear? How big is a grizzly bear compared to a black bear? What do you do when you encounter a black bear? How common are black bears? How many grizzly bears are in Whistler? And then that was it. And then on one of, like me and Olly were saying before we actually started recording, weren't we? That once you come back, you just keep waking up at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning for a few nights.
Oh, man,
I woke up one morning and watched The Revenant at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really? Yeah.
No joke. Yeah, I was like, I'm fascinated by bears still. I want to watch The Revenant and watch the first scene in The Revenant just to see. And I was like, oh shit, that's quite scary.
Yeah, it's Leonardo DiCaprio movie, right?
That's the one. Yeah. He's Mr. Frontier Man.
So did you see any bears out there? Because Ollie saw one in town. Yeah, you did see some.
Yeah, I seen a couple. One up on the trail, and then another one. I was riding actually from Creekside through to Whistler, and one just pops out from one person's garden, plods across the road, walks into the next person's garden, just like as if it was a badger.
They're mad, aren't they? They're such. I think it's so cool living somewhere where there's bears, and equally it must be so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go up to it. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't pat it on the back or nothing.
No.
Yeah, you're not trying to wrestle, that's for sure.
No. Did you know?
I found a video of a guy using bear spray on a bear, but I'm trying to work out if it's worth sending to you to watch because it doesn't. Oh mate, the thing is so close, and it's like it's just following him around.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'll send the video anyway. We don't have to watch it on air because I can't seem to find out if it's good enough. But maybe we can put it in the link below. It's shocking how scary that'd be, isn't it?
Yeah, guess how big a grizzly bear's claws are.
Oh, in inches.
We'll go No, I only know in centimeters. Well, I could convert it. But... Centimeters. Go on.
And what are we talking? Like from there to there?
Well, I guess what's claws all like top of the claw to the bottom of the claw.
Oh, so just like the nail, it's fingernail.
Yeah, call it. It's fingernails.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's like the bit that would slash your face. We're talking about, yeah.
Will tear you to pieces. Yeah. Guess how big?
2 inches.
Now, so Davey?
2 inches. I'm going to say 6 centimeters.
Bigger. 10 centimeters.
Okay. Is it really? I guessed 5 centimeters. God, they're massive, aren't they? Hey, do you know what we worked through a bit of bear anatomy last episode of the podcast, and we worked out because I saw a bear in town and I thought it was a dog, and then I was like, "Fuck me, the dog's got straight back legs," and it's because the bears have knees like humans, don't they? They've got they've got feet like humans, just not like humans, obviously, because we don't have 10
but they're like that,
centimetre
paws. That's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I thought.
Do you want to do the song, Ol? It's the
bear anatomy. Is what we get up to, eh?
The massive delay between you two really helps as well. It's Oh no!
What can you do?
Wow.
What a duet there! What a duet!
We try, bro. We're trying.
Too right.
Ollie, do you want to do another podium picks?
Let's do podium picks. Have you got a subject?
No.
Okay, and we're going to do podium picks. This is a new segment, Rich, where we pick our top 3 of something. All right?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, and
you have to explain why though. It's got to be like you got to explain it.
Yeah,
what it is, and then we're going to get people to leave a comment below.
Okay. Yeah. We're in a desperate attempt at further engagement. Ollie and Davi come up with yet another segment. No, they are actually fun. I enjoy them. Last week we did fizzy pop, soda,
soda pop.
Okay,
fizzy pop.
All right. And this week we're going to do. Thanks for chucking me under the bus here, Davey.
Right under there.
Top 3. Oh, chocolate bars. There we go. Come on, let's do chocolate bars.
Good one.
Chocolate bars.
Good one.
Go on,
That's a good one.
Shall I go first?
Who's going first? Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to go first. Lion bar in third because it's big and it's more the size. I quite like size and I like density. You're not going to find me picking any chocolate bars that are like wafery, really. I love caramel bars, but they're not. It's not on my list. Number 2, we've got the Boost. Again, dense. Ooh. Dense.
That's a solid bar.
I really like the Boost. Yeah, it is a solid bar, isn't it? And I think it's got a bit of everything. I like that. It's got biscuit, caramel, and chocolate. And in first place, we've got the double decker. Come on. It's massive.
Yes!
Again, it's dense. Yeah, so that's my top
double
3.
Decker.
Yeah.
Dude, the only time I'll get a double decker is when it comes in a selection box. It's the last thing in the box, and you think, oh, fuck it, I'm going to have to eat it. Yeah.
Here's go.
My double decker.
Interesting.
Yeah, here's my double decker. So I completed the West Highland Way the other day in a Wanner, 100 and odd miles or whatever it was. And double decker is my favourite chocolate bar. Spoiler alert, right there. And so,
there we go. Okay.
Amy bought me. She was like, she went on the Cadbury's website and she goes, "I'll buy them some double deckers and get them delivered." She bought me a box of 48, like meant for a shop. And 48
she's a keeper, dude.
Deckers.
Incredible,
dude. She's a keeper. No wonder you're still with her. That is a keeper right there.
After 48 double deckers, is it still in number 1 position?
You have to wait and find out.
All will be revealed in Rich's top 3.
All right, I'll go next. I'll bring it in, and we'll let the guest go last, even though it's an absolute given what we know you're going to pick. So we're going to go for me. I'm going to go your standard dairy milk, because sometimes you just want to have that creamy. Break it off, put it in your mouth, suck it, let it dissolve, carry on, and have a better day. So I'm going to go standard dairy milk.
Nice.
I also used to love the dairy milk adverts, right? The gorilla.
Good,
We've been talking about bears. Yeah. The gorilla's almost a bear. It's a similar sort of thing.
Wasn't there a hot rabbit in one of them as well? She had a smooth, sexy voice. Or am I thinking of Jessica Rabbit?
I think you're thinking of...
I think there was.
Jessica Rabbit.
Anyway, I mean, she was hot. In life, she's the only rabbit I ever wanted to get with. But I think the dairy milk rabbit was also... Or maybe it was a caramel. Anyway, carry on. You carry on. I'm going to try and find it.
Oh, it's a caramel. It was a caramel, I think.
Do you remember it? She was kind of hot, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Hot rabbit.
I do remember
hot
that.
For a cartoon rabbit, yeah.
That's what they name rampant rabbits after, you know.
How dare you.
True story.
Coming in at number 2 for me, I'm going to go with Oll's on that number 2 silver medalist is going to have to be the Boost. Nice. Because the Boost will get you out of trouble. It will rescue you on a long ride, and you get a bit of everything in there. And then at number 1 for me,
think carefully. This is make it count.
I am, and I don't know if they're still available, so that's why I'm a little bit nervous here. But I'm going to go with the white chocolate Aero.
Oh, look at that! That was a real boomer. I didn't think that. Yeah,
interesting. I'm going to bring that one from the dead, because you can't beat putting it on your tongue, letting the air and the bubbles fizzle on your tongue. It's a real treat.
You really play with your food, don't you?
It seems like it, doesn't it?
Does, yeah. Just sucking it and fucking sticking it in air. And
oh dear, I wouldn't have called the white chocolate Aero. No,
I wouldn't have said no. Interest, yeah, very good.
Okay, there's my top 3.
Nice.
Rich.
Wow. Right.
Dare to use Black and Decker or whatever it's called, double decker bus, whatever it's called, Black and Decker.
Black and Decker. My favourite of all the Sanders. Number 3 is the dairy milk in any of its form as well. So like caramel, or like the dime one is yummy. There's loads out there. I like them
there's
all.
loads, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few out there now, and they always mix them up. And so dairy milk is lovely. It's number 2,
it's just heritage.
Yeah, exactly. They got it sussed. Why mess with it? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
In number 2, the double decker.
Ooh, he's sick of them.
Look at your faces.
He's sick of them.
He hates them. He's had 48 of them. He's got terrible oral hygiene because of them.
It's like, double decker, brush my teeth. Double decker. In number 1 is, I'm not sure how you pronounce these. Number 1 is those gullions, the seashell ones.
Oh, fantastic.
The marbly ones.
I know exactly what you mean. Really great they are. I'm with you there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I love them. I was actually going to say a Ferrero Rocher, but I didn't know if you were counting that as chocolate. So I didn't
No, I think
that in.
It is chocolate.
there is a fine line,
but-
isn't there? I feel like it's got to be a bar form, like
More
a snack.
solid.
Yeah, because
Yes.
otherwise Tony's chocolate only would have been in my top 3. I'll be
Exactly. It's a whole nother category, that one.
It
That's
is,
for
it
another
is.
top 3.
honest. And that,
So yeah,
Yeah.
Gullions.
I'd have
I
thrown
think they're
walnut
called.
whip in there if we were playing games as well.
Yeah,
I'd have thrown a
there's
walnut
all
whip in.
sorts.
I dread to
There's
think
all
what you do
sorts.
with that in your mouth. You dirty bastard.
So yeah,
I've
that's
actually
my
got
top
one here
3.
now.
Oh no, you're nasty.
Come on.
But yeah,
Come
that's
on.
my top 3. Those I don't even think they're pronounced Gullions. I'm sure people.
Guylian, I don't know either. It's a tough one.
Gullions.
Thankfully, you
know
can just pick it off the shelf.
but they're marbly, they're seashell shaped, and they're delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fantastic.
nice. That's a good one, man. I like that.
Weird
Good game,
thought,
that one.
actually. Having it in seafood shape is quite strange. I've never thought about it, but they are in a shell shape, aren't they? Like shells.
And chocolate seahorses, yeah, all sorts. Very
Yeah,
odd.
very strange. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic
Very good,
selection.
it's good.
Enjoyed that. That worked well.
Yeah, you like that one?
It's a great
You like
new
that one, don't
segment.
you? Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Should we do some listener questions while we've got
Yeah,
Rich with
man.
us?
Let's.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Rich.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
there
fire
anything?
away.
Is there anything we haven't spoke about that you were like expecting to speak about before we move on? By the way, because you said you texted me and said, "Please, can I come on the podcast? Please, I want to talk about racing." Do you think we've covered it enough?
You're a knobhead. I think we're good. I
Okay.
think we're good.
All right.
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Listener questions.
Boots and cats and boots and
Listener questions. That was all right, man. I'm impressed. We've got Bent Ters. First one. How do you guys balance social life, e.g., boozing, with riding and fitness?
Do you want to go on?
Interesting. Well, I think I've got a horrifically boring answer. I literally don't drink, and I really struggle to. And when I do, I get really drunk. So I have to be celebrating something. So I've just got weirder and weirder as I get older, and I'm less and less drinky. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm a bit boring like that. I've got no advice to give either because I just don't do it.
No. Rich, do you?
Bugger. I've basically got the same answer. That actually I do like to stay quite fit and healthy, obviously. And then that like one time, maybe every 3 months or something, or some special occasion where it's like a friend's wedding or we all get together or something, then I will go at it hard. And then I probably won't drink again because I'll be like, oh, I remember the last time I
Then
felt
you
this
regret
rubbish.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like my best advice to him would be get a bit older. And that is exactly how you'll feel.
There you go.
Good answer. Yeah, and I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. It's like I don't really have a social life without bikes. Usually, it's always kind of connected. So
Yeah, well, we
that's
all
a
roll in
trio of
bicycle circles,
biking
don't we?
weirdos.
Yeah, that's it.
we all do ride in circles. Dave Roberts, 30. Would you have a go at the Tour de Nar? Have you seen this yet?
No, what's that?
No.
Okay. I think I only just saw it before we went online. So Lewis Buchanan's filmed a
Google it.
video with Norco doing all of the biggest like gaps and whatever around Whistler and
Oh
and,
wow, that's
yeah, all of the
so
free,
cool.
like all the free ride lines.
Tour de
I
Nar.
would love to do that.
Mate, that seems like it's right up your
I'd definitely
street.
go and have a. I'd go and have a
Yeah.
look at it. I don't know if I'd be too much about
What?
competing in the Tour de Nar, but yeah, we'll let other people
Yeah,
play.
I
and I'll-
won't be competing either, but I'd definitely love. I'd love to tick it off. What does it include? Do we have any list of?
Yeah, have a look. Literally, I just saw it before we went online. And Lewis had posted it.
So it's got
Talking
It's got to
about-
have that train gap, hasn't it?
Oh,
The
that
clip
looks
I
disgusting.
saw was a fucking big step down to like a wooden landing, which is a really harsh G out at the bottom. But I'm not sure if that's an iconic one or not.
See, I
but
don't-
that's the one I saw.
I don't know where any of this stuff is. We tried to find that trespasser trail, Rich.
Oh yeah, it's not on Trail Forks because I thought about that and I couldn't. I think they legit some of the really really mental stuff they just don't put out there because it's
Yeah.
proper mad.
We rode a really mental one, but it wasn't the trespasser one we were trying to find.
Which one did you ride?
Called Mother Lover.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
You need
pointless.
you need like a local Johan Borelli type guy to show you these kind of crazy
Yeah,
things.
indeed, yeah.
Because they're so tucked away, these mental ones. Yeah.
You're right out there, aren't you? It is cool. Did you ride the Dark Crystal? Sorry, Davey, banging on about Whistler.
Sorry.
I didn't know that was on my to-do list, but basically mine and Blake's, that big ride me and Blake went on, it was Dark Crystal or Lord of the Squirrels, and we went up to Lord of the Squirrels.
Yeah, that's way longer, isn't it? And way more.
Yeah, it's just like a big epic ride, so. But it's on my to-do list.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. There you go. Tour de Nars sounds fantastic.
At Rocksteady Sambo, previous guest on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
Is there anyone in the mountain bike world who still leaves you starstruck?
That's a great question.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, I just think I get to a point where I just think it's so cool that you get to meet these people in not a weird starstrucky way. Like even Martin, you must be bizarre working alongside Martin. Like
just going for a ride with him's weird, in an amazing way, obviously. But you're like, I'm just going for a ride with Martin Ashton there. Mental. Starstruck,
so cool,
yeah. Starstruck, not so much, but still, just huge amounts of respect for a lot of people out there. I've never met Minar. I think if I met Minar, I'd be like, fuck me, this is Minar. He is an actual OG legend and still going strong. So I think maybe Minar would be one.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Yes, for me, there's no one I can think of, if I'm honest. Like, again, just all respect. And I've met a lot of people through this in weird ways through doing this. You know, a lot of them virtual, and then you end up meeting them or chatting a bit more and stuff like that. And it seems to break down barriers quite quickly. And I don't know. It'd be interesting to know, like, if the podcast was done face to face throughout all these years, how you'd be. Because I always think that, you know, with our, mutual friend of the show and stuff, with Gypsy Tales, he meets some fucking big old guests and he just cracks on as if then, he's just like, yeah, cool, whatever, just gets on with it. And I'd like to think I've got that attitude, but I know that you do get a bit weird around certain people. But I'd like to think that I'd just be like, I reckon just a person, innit?
Yeah, I don't say it numbs it a bit when you are around. Like, say, we're going to keep referring to Whistler, but you are literally just walking past famous people left, right, and centre. Like, there are famous mountain, like Seminuk will be in the queue with Ryan Howard, like 3 people up from you, and then behind you you'll have like there'll be G and Affy and stuff queuing, and then just walking past to the other lift could be another, and you're just a bit like, oh, there's that. So I think we might not be the best people to answer that question.
Our sport's fucking cool like that. It is fucking
Sick,
cool.
innit?
You're in a lift queue with Seminuk, dude. That's like that's like being allowed to be in the bar with Neymar. Or, you know what I mean? Like
Lewis Hamilton, going for a pint with Lewis Hamilton or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's true. Actually, it's like, I went for a kickabout down the field and Ronaldo was there.
Yeah,
It's
you don't
so
get that
cool.
in many
Similar.
sports.
No,
you don't get that.
No, you don't.
don't.
Right? Yeah.
That's good. Good. Yeah, very good. At Sideways Sam, did the pressure police arrest Brendan? I don't know what that's about.
I don't
Did he
know
get
what
pressure
that's about.
police? I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
I can tell you he's not very low pressurey, if it helps. I'm defending him, see? I'm defending
I can imagine.
him. Like an episode of EastEnders. He didn't do it! He didn't do it!
Ollie, do you know anything about Joel Anderson's crash?
Oh, horrific.
You've got a fellow ankle... fellow ankle injury guy.
He's having his second op now. He's still in hospital. Gutted for him. Healing vibes to Joel. Yeah, that was horrible. That was.
Is it a fib?
Yeah, I think it's tib fib, but I think it's above the ankle joint, which is really good news. Like if it's just if it doesn't include a joint, I've learnt from personal experience it's much simpler. Life is good. So hopefully we'll see Joel back amongst it very soon. But yeah, gutted for him. That
was
jam
a horrible landing, wasn't it?
Ooh. Yeah, nightmare stuff. Nightmare. Did you see the paramedic literally right next to him where he landed. Do you see that?
No, I didn't really
I
check.
didn't notice.
It's like a St. John's ambulance advert. It's like Joel comes in, rolling over the front with his leg like all wobbly, lands. He's now uploaded the video as well, so you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't notice it was a St. John's guy though.
Oh, yeah, I think it's an ambulance guy. He literally is at the ambulance guy's feet. So the ambulance guy can go, stay still, don't worry.
I've got a sponge.
Straight away, yeah.
That'll help keep the response time down as well, won't it? Their response time is just half. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. All this shit about stuff on the NHS response time, and then you got that guy. He's literally there, yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him, single-handedly fighting the fight.
Oh dear. We got one from @Llewellyn Williams. Can you give some tips for a nearly 40-year-old to improve their steep tech game? I feel like this is. I feel like we've got a guy who's probably made a video on it. So
that's true. Yeah, there's one for Rich. Yeah.
Steep tech game. Wow. I mean, so do you know what? When I do these videos, it's quite hard sometimes because I'm like, well, you just ride down it. That's not very helpful. So I'm not going to tell you to do that. But like, obviously, just keeping your weight really far back, real smooth. I think brake control is the most important thing. I'm sure Ol would agree from big rock rolls and stuff. Don't be harsh on those brakes. If you grab a handful of brakes, especially when you're past that point of no return, it's only going to end very, very badly for you. So real smooth, especially on the front brake, loads of weight back, and look at your exit. Boom.
Oh, that's lovely advice. And I would echo your advice, Rich. I would say your back brake only slows you down. Your front brake actually stops you. So if you can conquer the front brake, you open up whole new realms of steepness and weirdness. Yeah.
Yeah, real feathery, real light on that front brake because you was just like, it's going to throw your weight and make you go.
I've got some homework for our listener. And I think perhaps a great way to improve front brake control and steep stuff. It might sound stupid, but it's literally the driveway stoppie. If you can conquer the driveway stoppie, then you have way more control and modulation over your front brake that you can take to the steeps. Back to you, Davey.
Over to me. All right. @TDenman93. Which method would make your conker harder? Soaked in vinegar or baked in the oven?
Vinegar.
Great question.
There we go. We're here with the hard questions again. We've come in with the pressing ones. We've got the steep tech. We've got the conker ones. We're covering all bases today.
Yeah. I'm going straight in with vinegar.
I used to hate. Go vinegar, yeah.
Yeah, vinegar.
There must be some. I used to hate that game at school. I think I used to despise it. I don't know why. I used to always shit at it. You know, you used to end up hitting your own knuckles and could never like drill the thing properly. So you never end up with a fucking good conker anyway. Yeah, it's a shit game.
Sorry to hear it, man. Sorry to hear it.
Yeah,
I used to put mine. I would put the Spice Girls album on, and I'd put the conker right next to the speaker, and I'd play it through 4 or 5 times. Stop right now, thank you very much. And you could just see it just harden.
I need a conker with a hard touch.
Nice. Solid.
Yeah, smooth, guys.
Nice.
No, I mean, that would harden anyone up. That's make or break, innit?
Exactly.
Mate, I'm hard now. so there we go. And then we're going to move on. And it's now @Boilet91. Favourite 4-stroke motocross bike of all time? Favourite 4-stroke motocross bike.
I think that's one for you, Davey.
Could be.
I'm still thinking about conkers, if I'm honest.
And the Spice Girls.
I enjoyed when we did this last time. I enjoyed this one last time because we talked about the YZ125s and the Pro Circuit 125s.
Oh, the Pro Circuit 125. Yes, please.
Favourite 4-stroke of all time. You know what it is for me? It's going to be that JS7 Suzuki.
Really?
The San Manuel.
The Yoshimura one.
That was a Yamaha, the San Manuel, I believe.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a nice one though, wasn't it? Those graphics look good. Hey, did you see actually? Do you follow Doc Wobb on Instagram? No. He's built some bikes. So Doc Wobb's like a former factory mechanic. He lives in England. He's a UK guy, and he's built some factory Yamaha YZ250s for the vintage motocross of nations for Ryan Villapoto, and dude, you should see them. They're absolutely like Jeremy McGrath replica ones with the Bud Light graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Rad.
They are to die for. They are beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go. For me, it's that JS7. That James Stewart Suzuki he had. I really like that bike. He probably rode like a bag of shit, but
I'm gonna choose the JGR Yam 4-stroke that Barsha rode. Like 4 or 5 years ago? Because apparently,
that's a good one.
Because apparently that thing had just so much power. It was like impossibly hard to ride, and that's from like Barsha, a guy who's on the throttle all the time. Like he'd be ringing.
It's surprising, man. Those 450 guys, they usually detune a 450. They don't want them to be like that fast.
And those JGR ones
tame it down.
Yeah, those JGR ones are apparently like monstrously powerful, and they looked badass as well. So I'm going to choose that.
Nice.
Did you see Did you both see the story about Deegan's bike getting claimed? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I
Do you understand
know too
it,
much
Rich?
about. I don't understand. No, I was about to say I don't know too much about it.
No, me either. I've only got a very limited knowledge of what it means, but so let me, because I think it's interesting. It'd be so interesting if this came in mountain biking. It's a bullshit rule for the record. I think it's stupid. So basically, from what I understand, the rule is in amateur motocross at that level, you can claim a bike, which basically means that you can buy that bike off the rider or the team for double the RRP. So they had that bike. So Hayden Deegan's YZF 250 is an $8,000 bike out of the showroom. So double that, and it's 16 grand. So you can buy that bike at the end of the races for 16 grand. So I think the idea then is that teams are sort of less inclined to trick them to death because someone in theory could buy that bike.
Yeah.
But it all gets a little bit weird, and this is where I don't want to butcher the story. There's loads of content about this already, from Vital, from
I've seen
Pulp's
tons.
done a load of stuff on it. Jace has done some stuff on it. But yeah, a kid basically claimed Deegan's bike and was just like, I want to ride a factory bike, but it isn't really a factory bike. It's kind of close, but it's not got all the shit in it. And then there was some bullshit going on about they changed the motor out of it before the guy actually ended up with it and stuff like that. But it's super interesting.
You'll never know the truth on that.
So what? So it's a compulsory sale. They have to sell them at the end. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's almost like not a salary cap, but it's like a spend cap. So the theory is that a team won't sell a bike that's got like tons of factory stuff and ignitions and all this sort of stuff on it. So they put that cap on it to ensure that they stay sort of like fair, I guess.
Yeah,
that's the
because
theory.
a factory bike's going to be hundreds of grand, and they're not going to sell it for 16k.
And this is the weird thing. So when Ryder Di Francesco, apparently, when he raced Loretta's or whatever that race was, that team sold that bike after it for 45k. So there is a lot of shit in it. Like there's a lot of tech in there and stuff, and it is worth a lot more money, obviously. But yeah, it's just an interest. I don't know. I really am butchering that because I've not looked into it enough myself. But from what I can see, it's a bit of a bullshit rule.
Imagine it in mountain biking.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like, if another team could go, hey, we'll have Loic's bike. Yeah. We'll find out what that green light is.
Hey, yes.
Literally still.
Did he message you back?
Left me on. No, we're still left on red, dude, at the moment. To be honest with you.
Do you know what though? I think this is another beautiful thing about mountain biking is that you can pretty much build, for most people, a replica of most of the pros' bikes.
Yeah.
Not all of them. I'm not saying you can, but Benoit Collonge rides a fairly stock, albeit massive, Commencal Supreme downhill bike. And although you might have some tricked out suspension, you could buy those Fox Forks or whatever he's running, the same gears, the same wheels and stuff. You could make that bike that is a top 5 in the world bike.
Yeah, it's cool.
How mad's that?
Really cool.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. Should we just do one more and then wrap up? 'Cause, we're an hour and a half in. And
yeah, why not?
Yeah, my ready meal's well cold.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. We'll get you back in that chicken tonight. Okay. At Bike and Beyond, if you could steal a skill from any other rider, what would you pick and who from?
Oh,
it's a good question, actually. Not mad at that one.
Seminux jumping skills. Done. Man's a robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Just to be that dialed.
my jumping is the weakness of my bike game. I feel like being able to jump real good. Like I'd love to be able to jump really, really good, and he can jump really, really good. He's just so smooth, and he's almost robotic. That part I don't like in a way that he's almost too robotic, but that is what I'd go for.
Okay.
6. So are we picking one person's skill set to add to ours? See how important this is to me.
Yeah.
I find it so amazing that people can qualify first and then drop him in last down the hill and win races. You know, I find that so amazing.
So that ability to deal with pressure.
Yes, and to go that quick. So I actually like jumping as it is. I don't feel the need to do tricks so much, although I would love to know what it's like to do a massive flat spin. I don't have that in my repertoire. Yeah. And you're going to have that, Rich, when Semenuk gives you his skills. And I am jealous of that. But I think warp speed might be more attractive to me. And I think maybe, I don't know, because it's so difficult. It's hard to bet against your choice, to be honest. Semenuk's a really great.
Yeah,
equally,
only his jumping skills.
Yeah, there you go.
Equally,
I watch R-Dog ride, and I'm like,
yeah,
R-Dog ride's so good.
It doesn't even need to be Semenuk. It could be anyone who's just shit at jumping. Like, just R-Dog. I could be R-Dog, Emil Johansson, any of those guys, and just to not have that fear and that ability to just hit a massive jump first time.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I'm going to use Emil because I just would love to have some. And not that I want the massive tricks. I don't care about cash rolls, double flips, but to be able to just do those absolutely click knacks.
The stees.
Just that, yeah. I'd like to add that to the repertoire. To be honest, there's a lot of other things I'd like to add, but that'd be the one.
I know what I'm going to add. I've just realised. I know who I'm going to pick.
What is it?
I know who I'm going to pick because it's everything I don't have. It is Troy Brosnan. He's like precise. Yeah. He's unbelievably quick. He's always the same. He always turns up. He always does well. His line. It doesn't look hard. Like if I watch myself try and go quick, it looks like I'm just fucking banging stuff and it's not smooth. It's not considered. Whereas Troy's the opposite. You know, he's everything that I'm shit at. He's like perfect line choice. Everything is dialed. Everything is accurate. That's my pick.
That's a good shout. Yeah, he's a good shout.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you've put some thought into it as well, dude. I like that. I think I jumped straight to the Emil thing, but you've really thought about that. It's like the podium picks. You know, you've got to have a little bit of let me think about it for a minute and come back with something.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like left of field and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate that, Ollie. Thank you for doing that for us to end the show.
It's been great. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Rich. It's been fantastic.
It's been my pleasure. It's been fun, boys. It's been nice to catch back up, isn't it?
What have you got coming up? What have you got that you can promote? Are you? What videos can we expect to see on your channel?
Actually, I got this massive challenge that I'm doing down in Finale in a couple of weeks' time, but I don't want to say too much about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, just loads of banging content, as always. You know, just churning out the good stuff, having fun with the other lads, making cool videos. Got some XC stuff coming out. I like a bit of the old cross country as well. So there's some good cross country videos coming out. Simple ones and more advanced ones. So like, subscribe, click the bell to get the notifications, and I'll see you next time.
No, just what I wanted. That's way better than ours, Davey. Come on, let's do it.
Do that, Rich, because then we can end the thing. That's it. Then you can be in the cult. You're in the cult now.
Peace.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So here we are at the end of the podcast, and we would love to keep in touch with you. So don't forget, follow The Ride Companion on Instagram. It's at The Ride Companion. If you just want to follow Ollie, it's at OW_23. And of course, here are some clips that we think you might like. And up there, you can subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching or listening. Have a great one. Peace.